Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. Now, I made a post asking if anyone has ever done DMT or had a DMT trip before. So, when I was 23, now, before, I'm going to give my disclaimer. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. I'm going to give my disclaimer. I'm not encouraging anyone to do drugs. Drugs are horrible. They're absolutely not good for anyone, bro. Pretty much. But like I said, it's not something that you do at a club. It's not ecstasy. It's not motherfucking acid. It's not shrooms. It's much different. It's a chemical that resides in your pineal gland that can be released with specific breathing techniques and meditation, right? So I'm 23. I went to the homie Thirsty's crib. Shout out to Thirsty. This was what, almost 10 years ago. Boom. So he was like, "Yeah, bro, you want to talk? You want to try some DMT?" And I was like, "What the fuck is that, bro?" I thought it was PCP, but it's not. It's totally different. So what he did was he had a pipe similar to this one, and he put a little bit of Kush in the middle, and he put DMT in the middle of that. And he was like, "Look, when you hit it, you gotta hold it in until you feel a specific sensation in your lungs." What's up, Nikki? What's up, Julia? And so this dude turns off all the lights. And he had Jimi Hendrix posters, Bob Marley posters. He turned on all the black lights and he was like, "Look, bro, you gotta sit down and you gotta relax. And I'm gonna play this little smooth jazz and just relax, bro. Just go into it." And I was like, "All right." So at this point, I'm from Atlanta, bro. And the culture in Atlanta, um, I'm just gonna say it like this. Everybody from Atlanta is some motherfucking druggies, bro. Like we all did every drug before we were 16. Okay. So I hit it and then I felt this tickly sensation in my lungs. And then I just felt this woo, wah, 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 wah. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? But because I did so much acid and shrooms and things like that, I was kind of used to it. But then everything just went white. And I was like, oh my God, am I dying? No, I'm not dying. I'm not dying. I'm not dying. And I just thought, I saw all these stars. And I felt really small, bro. Like I really felt how little I was compared to the rest of the universe. Like I felt really small compared to the room. I really understood that I wasn't the only person in the world, you know? And I felt really good. I had a couple epiphanies that I don't want to speak upon. And it lasted about maybe the intensity. That shit was intense, bro. Like, I just did acid at the Bone Thugs concert on the 13th. It was very similar. Very, very, very similar. Very similar to that. But I astral projected and I felt like, hmm, I was just speaking. I was speaking to Offset. We chopped it up. And then what happens? The dog walked up to me. His dog, not my dog. I was at his crib. And I just felt what it felt like to be an animal for a while. For like 2 minutes. That's a long time though in drug time. 2 minutes is a long time. And then he was just looking at me. He was, "You straight?" I was like, "Yes." I need to go outside and smoke a cigarette. And when I went outside, this is when I was introduced to one of my guardian spirits, to Michael too. Now there's Michael, the archangel, there's Michael too, and there's hella Michaels. But my guardian angel is Michael too. He's a neutral angel. He's not a product of Jehovah directly, or Yahweh, whatever you would like to call him. But he was on my left side, and Set, also known as ISIS, was on my right side. And I listened to some 3 6 Mafia because I'm still 3 6 Mafia gang at the time, bro. But I listened to 3 6 Mafia every day, and I just wrote the wave, and I came back in the house, and I was like, bro, I understand. I understand, man. And then I got in the booth and I freestyled my ass off, and I don't really remember the rest of that day. I rode my bike home. And it was like 3 miles away. But do I recommend it? I don't know if I can legally say that I recommend that you do drugs or anything like that. But I mean, it was hot, man. If you want, nah, I'm not even gonna say all that. Not at all. How long did it last? Maybe 15 minutes. But I felt good as all day. I just felt this tingly sensation all day. It just felt like I was getting a massage in my blood all day. It was nice. But no, it's not something you have to have an actual goal. You have to set the mood. You have to set you have to have a healthy environment for that type of experience. And there needs to be answers. Now, what is inspiring this video? I want to actually say the dude's name. I actually want to give him some energy for this. Eben Brenton. I'm watching Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson's podcast, which is what inspired me to do this video. The video that they had with Mike Epps when he was explaining it to him. But how he described it was it's a substance that is an ego killing substance. Um, it's one of the first chemicals that enters you when you're in your mother's womb, and when you're on your deathbed, if you have a deathbed, you release DMT, which is why, I mean, I had somebody comment and say their boyfriend went crazy and he saw demons and he thought he was Jesus. That's because that guy, I don't think he personally, I don't think he did DMT. I think he did PCP. That's way different. That's two different chemical substances. But if that did happen, which I doubt he did DMT, I could totally understand it. If he already felt like he was dead or dying, or if he was suicidal or homicidal, yeah, of course, that is very possible that's what happened. And that's the substance that he took. But if you have specific intentions, then you're going to, if you're doing it for spiritual purposes, for example, if you want to travel to the Himalayan mountains, if you want to go to the Appalachian Trail to find yourself, or to whatever people do with their spirits, then that would be the route that I would take if you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars and you can't call off work. If you want to go to the Himalayas, in 15 minutes for about, I think he didn't even charge me, but I think it's like $30 for a gram. I don't know. I didn't pay for it. So people are saying that they don't recommend it, or they're not going to do it again, or what have you. That's up to you. It's not something that should be taken once a weekend. I think you should probably do it possibly 4 times in your whole life. Make sure you do it correctly. Make sure the settings are ideal. And make sure there's no foolishness around you. Put on some good Jimi Hendrix, get some Bob Marley posters and some black lights, low lights, sit on something soft, clear your mind, meditate first, make sure you eat a little something, something green. And if that's what you want to do, that's how you do it, man. Have some green weed. Like I said, how I did it was I had a pipe and it had some green weed in it, and it was put in the middle, hit it, hold it until you feel it, and then blow it out. Boom. But DMT is found in, like I researched, DMT is found in most animals and most plants. From further research back in the day, it said that if you smoke 5 grams of grass that grows out of the ground, a specific way, that you will have a DMT trip. But you could just meditate, do specific breathing exercises from what I've heard, and you could have that same experience. Jacqueline, shout out to Jacqueline Negron. She said that she is, I can definitely believe it because she acts like it. She said that she has DMT circulating through her body, consistently, which that's a beautiful experience. I would assume. So, kids, don't do drugs. Adults, people watching this, don't do drugs. It's not cocaine. It's not acid. It's not meth. It's not shrooms. It's not any of that. Okay? How I would describe it is the spiritual version of adrenaline. Just like you can do whatever you want to do on adrenaline, it's kind of like that. But the spiritual version, the yin and the yang. DMT is the yin as adrenaline is the yang, or however that would go. But yeah, it's Aaron Moses. I'm going live real soon with my brother. We're doing another bro talk. We're gonna be talking about what open-mindedness is. We're gonna be talking about music, and we're gonna be talking about sociology. So if you're interested in that, which you probably are, because you're watching this, go on my YouTube, youtube.com/user/skinny91, M as in Michael, P as in Peter. All right. It's Aaron Moses. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.